Hi everyone, my name is Moach Hamza, and yes, I also go by Moach Hamza as well, and I'm a Palestinian American. I am the eldest son to my mother Suhair, who is a descendant of Tubas, Palestine, and my father Fayez, who is a descendant of Ain Kad in Palestine. Yes, my family ancestry was directly affected by the Nakba of 1948, where they were displaced out of Palestine as refugees. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, as a first-generation American, so yes, I've been American since birth, along with my two younger siblings, Diala and Malak. As you know by now, I'm a proud Palestinian that will do whatever it takes to fight for my people and their freedom. And I will do whatever it takes to fight against their genocide, which happens to be a direct fight against both Republicans and Democrats alike here in the United States of America. A direct fight against red and blue. So for the purposes of this video, let's mix red and blue together and make one color, purple. Because they are now one entity to me. One evil, corrupt, warmongering, racist, dehumanizing, slave to a foreign government entity that see Palestinians and Arabs as a whole as disposable, that see their own American citizens as disposable. And that is where I draw my red line. You hear that, Biden? My red line that I follow through with. There is no way in hell you will ever convince me to vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form, inclusive of your shaming and gaslighting BS around the lesser of two evils. Because like I said, they are now one evil entity, controlled by the most evil foreign entity, and they all need to fall. Because there is nothing worse than what my eyes have been witnessing up until this very day. And I have a message for all my fellow Arabs and Muslims out there endorsing Kamala Harris. You are sellouts. You are cowards. You are pawns. You are phonies. You are openly admitting that you do not want to break free of the dehumanizing shackles that have held us down for decades. That you want to maintain the status quo of our demonization and oppression. Your complacency is the very reason we are where we are today. So I would think twice before openly admitting to endorsing Harris or even Trump, because you will be ostracized from our entire community from here on out. It is this reason I am here today to make my official endorsement. I have personally marched alongside Brother Cornel West, Claudia de la Cruz, and Dr. Jill Stein, all of which I would be proud to call my President of the United States, because they all stand on business and on the side of humanity. But I'm here to put my stake in the ground and make my official announcement that I will be fully endorsing Dr. Jill Stein and Butch Ware as my presidential and vice presidential candidates, respectively. Dr. Jill Stein has a long history for fighting for human rights, and especially Palestinian human rights and freedom, and against the corrupt Israeli lobbying groups that plague our nation. She is clear on her stance to not only ending the genocide of the Palestinians, but also ending the occupation of the Palestinians while calling for a free Palestine, free from the oppression, apartheid, and tyranny of Israel, which includes no longer funding or arming Israel. She understands that rather than sending our hard-earned tax dollars to a terrorist foreign government, we must use our funds for our own American citizens, for our schools, our small businesses, our infrastructure, and to save those in need, whether it be poverty, homelessness, or natural disaster relief. She stands on that business and fights on the streets with our American citizens, putting her body on the line, especially for our younger generations who want the same exact things that she stands for, which is ultimately a better future for them and their children and their children's children. A future without the threat of the next world war as a result of U.S.'s undying loyalty to a war crime-riddled terrorist ethno-state. And the same goes for her running mate Butch Ware, whom I have been following for quite some time now, well before his VP announcement, to which he has become a great friend and confidant, as he embodies what it is to be unapologetically on the right side of history. I was already set on Jill Stein, but when Butch entered the fold, it was signed, sealed, and delivered for me, as this is the powerhouse dream team I was looking for. They not only stand for us Palestinians, Arabs, and Muslims as a whole, whom have been so insanely marginalized and dehumanized for so many years, but they stand for all oppressed and marginalized people all over the world, especially our own U.S. citizens, whom are struggling to make ends meet across the nation, while also being victimized and brutalized by cop cities across the entire nation. They have the policies that will fight this, and they ultimately run on the foundation of their dedication to social justice, environmental sustainability, and economic fairness. So it goes without saying, I, Moach Hamza, fully endorse Dr. Jill Stein and Butch Ware. A vote for them, no matter what the outcome, is a step forward into a future where the flawed and corrupt undemocratic duopoly system crumbles, and where we the people have the freedom of choice to topple over the empires that have set our world on fire. Please join me in this movement, because we are in it for the long haul, which is for our children and our children's children, and beyond. Peace and love, and free Palestine.